Okay, with the engine back up on the bench, we're going to install the breather components and the timing cover. Got new seals installed in the timing cover, and it's all been cleaned and ready to go back on. We can put just a little bit of oil on these new seals before we install them, like this. And that way they won't go on there dry. And this is also a good time to put some oil, assembly lube on the timing gears. And also the nose bearing here. Get some. Okay. Get those oiled up. The next thing we can install is the breather plate. There's a flat washer that goes on first, a wave washer that goes on, and then the breather, just like that. And we're ready to install the gasket and the timing cover. After we've got the gasket in place, you can also oil the inside of the cover where the breather plate rides, just like that. Or you can oil the breather plate, either one. And then we can place the cover on. Then we can use the tool again, the presser bolt. And we can finish pushing the cover into place. After that, we can install the timing cover bolts and small washers. There's 12 of them, and we'll install those going all around and get them torqued down. After you've torqued all 12 of the timing cover bolts down, we'll be done. You'll be done on the front of the engine. So the following thing we can do is install the clutch components on the back. So turn this back around here. And the first thing that will go on is the clutch spring, like this. Followed by the inner pressure plate, putting a new friction plate in, and then the outer plate, like this, will go on. We'll install them all like a sandwich, like this. And we'll be using 3 of these bolts, nuts and washers to get the installation started. So you'll want to install the spring. And then you can install the clutch pack. And just get one of these started. And then every other hole, you'll want to use one of these bolts. Like that. And there's a clutch centering tool, which will then insert into the clutch disc, and it will help to keep the clutch pack centered as we tighten them down, so that it will align with the transmission when we're done. So put that in place. And we will start by, let's see, we'll work our way around and tighten these 3 holding bolts down. So just work your way around and evenly tighten these as you go. And that will compress the clutch spring down. It'll take a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten them all the way down and get that clutch spring compressed. After you've got all 3 of these completely tightened down and the clutch spring totally compressed, it'll take a minute. You can install 3 of the clutch screws. I'm using a little bit of blue Loctite on them again. Just like that, we'll get these first 3 tightened down, and then we can remove the holding bolts. After you've got the first 3 clutch screws in, then you can remove the holding bolts. And the alignment tool. And you can install the remaining 3 clutch screws. And that's how you secure the clutch. After you've got the clutch installed, just to check the alignment of the clutch, you can take your transmission and just see if it will fit onto the clutch. In this case it does, so we know the clutch is aligned. We won't have any surprises when we install it in the bike. So that's something I like to do real quick before I move on to the next steps.